It's a time for pick it from China. Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. So in this video we are going to replace my power supply of the Sega Saturn Japanese edition I recently bought second-hand. And the reason why is very simple. We're using a different power voltage input. So if I'm going to plug it in, this thing is going to get fried and going to get blown up, especially when it comes to the power supply. So what we're going to do, we are going to use myself a replacement kit that I picked up from AliExpress. And the reason why I'm picking it up and just wanted to do this modification, I find it more convenient than getting myself a step-down converter. It's a personal choice, you can use a step-down converter, but I personally really freaking hate those things. So in this video we're going to use the latest Saturn PSU installation guide and we're going to have some fun. We're going to like rebuild it. There is some very nice explanation how this works. So if you have no idea or no experience how to do this, it's in my opinion quite plug and play, and they're doing an amazing job giving you this extended, let's say, manual. So no toilet paper stuff today, like a very nice thing, and also it comes with everything included. But let's take a close look in the box first. Well, let's take a close look inside. So we talked about this, so we're not going to talk about it anymore. Then we're going to get the PCB. This is the replacement for your power supply of the Sega Saturn. And also here we're going to get some extra cables that we're going to need. And then we're going to get this very nice 3D printed part for giving it the finishing touch. Then we're going to get ourselves the power supply. The power supply is in 3 amp and it's like a universal version, as you can see over here. So the input here, it goes from AC 100 to 240 volts. And we're going to get all of the attachment that we're going to need. So let's see which one I'm going to need over here. I think I see it. So this is the European plug that I need here in the Netherlands. So we're going to click this one on and we're going to use it. And I personally really love these devices. I'm using this for my Sega Dreamcast and also other devices. So that is very nice. I like it very much. Okay, so let's do the first unboxing of the tiny bag over here. And that's the first thing that we need to do. And yeah, I'm just going to be honest, I will give you a quick look how you basically need to attach everything. And when it comes to modding and stuff like that, there are a lot of options left free, a lot of connectors you will not use in this PSU mod. But we're just going to replace it. It's going to be on plug and play solution already mentioned before. But when you're going to check out this PSU mod for your Sega Saturn, take consideration there are 2 versions out there. I already have both of them. The first one was okay. I mean okay, there was some minor flaws of it that makes assembly slightly difficult. So hoping this one does work way better than the previous one. Alright, so let's take a close look on the inside. Let's do a quick teardown. These things are super easy to basically rip and tear. But the first thing that we're going to do is now, so we're going to hold it like this. Something like this. Yeah, let's do a little bit of zooming out. Is it possible? No, not possible anymore. But the reason why we're going to do this is very simple. Thumbnail time. Yeah. Okay, so let's do the quick teardown. You're only going to need a screwdriver, a Phillips screwdriver, and you need to remove all the markers over here in the inside. That's it. And when you have removed them all, you can flip open the top cover. And don't forget to remove that one. Okay, so the previous owner already removed the I almost want to say GD-ROM out, the CD-ROM drive. So let's see what he did over there. Like, it looks a little bit crooked if you ask me. Don't know if this is normal. But there is already an SD card inside this beast. But we're going to take a close look at the PSU mod. So we need to remove the full big boy over here. If you're just going to be unplugging it, take consideration there can still be some voltage in the capacitors over there, so you always need to be very careful. And it's not for me over here because I didn't use this thing for a very long time. So we just can remove the screw over here. The other thing that we need to do is remove the connector over here. That is the one I'm going to use with the other mod. I think I removed every single. This can be slightly tricky because it's still on the connector over there. Okay, so the next thing that we need to do is basically remove this screw at the back. I messed it up. So that's the thing that we need to do. Otherwise we cannot remove the power supply. Wicked? No! You're having a brain fart, so don't forget to check out my Wicked brain fart channel. Yes, the second channel where I'm always having brain farts all day long. And now I can freaking remove the bloody power supply. Ugh. Okay, so here comes the very important part. So while you're looking at this PCB, there are basically two ways to connect it. Over here we're going to get this tiny switch that says 5 volt and 3.3 volts. And the reason I say this is very important, that you need to have set to the right voltage. And how do you figure out which voltage this is? It's quite simple. There we're going to get this amazing manual they are giving us. They're giving you like the side-by-side comparisons if you want to make sure which version you're having. So this is more like the game comparing pictures. And the reason I'm saying this, here we're going to get the 4 types of power supplies. Here you can see like there's one mounted at the top. Then we're going to get the second one, and guess what? This is the second one. You can see it over here. Check out the picture. If you double check it over here, you can see it's the same one. So this is 3.3 volts, and then the other two are the 5 volts. So take that on consideration. So the thing that we're going to do when assemble this bad boy, we're going to put this thing on 3.3. Yep, it's already set to 3.3. So that's the thing that we need to do. And let's put this thing in the Sega Saturn. But before we're going to assemble, there's one thing that we need to talk about. You know, the extra bag with the cable. So the cable is not necessary with my model. You only need it with model number 1. Check your manual if you have any questions. So next up, what we need to do is basically like put this over the pins. Like Sega Saturn, I don't know if it has the same issues like with the Sega Dreamcast, but take consideration you need to have clean pins. So if you're having some issues with this, you need to clean it up first before you're going to assemble. Be very careful. You need to push it down, be very gentle, because it's going to be very challenging putting it in. And you can see like there is some movement between the PCB and the connector. And if you're going to push it out too hard and too wrong, you're going to destroy the PCB itself. Now let's get ourselves a 3D printed part. Pow. So the next thing that we need to do is assemble the nice 3D printed part. I don't know if it comes in different colors, because yeah, I've got this gray case and now I'm having this weird looking white pieces of plastic. So not a really great choice for a color, but yeah, we need to deal with it. They're even going to give you some extra screws and some nuts. And okay, let's get all the screws out and let's assemble this bad boy. Okay, so I'm going to assemble it like this. We're going to put the screws between the 3D printed part. It's going to be quite a challenge. And let's put the nuts behind them and let's see if we can screw this thing together. You know, like it's always so funny to try to make a video and freaking assemble these things because it doesn't work the first time. And another piece we need to assemble is this thing at the top. Alright, so you need to check out if you need to put the nuts in here, so you can see like still have some movement, so they don't fit in perfectly. Oh man, so let's give it a second attempt to put this freaking thing in. Let's try one nut and screw at the time. Alright. Oh man, I'm just holding everything wrong. I'm bumping against my camera. Yeah. Second time. Yes, I got it. I got the power. Got the power of a predator. Yes, it's in. Very nice. Alright, so let's plug this thing back in and let's do it again and let's see if we can try to assemble it. And that's the first step in this adventure. Tighten the bolt up with the nuts. I must say that there is a lot of space with the back cover and the nuts, so it's not going to be very easily, but that's it. Like that's the only thing that we need to do in step 1, and the other step is like stick it in, put the nut on, and we are ready to go, my friends. Alright, so let's try to put this nut on, and this is like this very flimsy nut. Yeah. Wicked going great today. I didn't give you any tool, but I think you can use your hands, so that's it. Yeah. Okay, so that's gone. Now to connect this one. Okay, so the PSU is attached to the main board, but we need to remove the plastic. I didn't want to do it, but I need to. I need to remove it. Of course, you can do it like the other way. You can just first remove the freaking thing. Alright. Dust. And so let's see, the next thing that we need to do is assemble this over here. But we're going to do this slightly different. We need to like do some modification with the cable because this cable is way too long now. I think you need to be creative with this one. So this is one of the solutions that we can do. Oh man, I don't like that it's wibbly. So maybe in the next revision they can add some extra features, so give it, like say, more better, less, let's say, wobbly feeling. But this is one of the ways to go to. Yeah, let me know when it comes to if I assembled one of the PSUs for the Sega Saturn. But yeah, the version number 2 is absolutely better than the previous one I've reviewed, simply because there was like some issues with the connector. So I had like some issues with like putting the connectors on one freaking place. It was like a freaking mess, like an epic fail. So let's put this plastic back in, because I want to leave the plastics in. Otherwise, yeah, you're going to just throw it away. That would be a shame. Okay, so let's put it back together. The previous owner did mod this thing with an SD function, but look at this. Ugh, dust. But if you know how to assemble the PSU, it's like easy peasy lemon squeezy. It's like super easy if you ask me. Yeah, so the end result itself, it seems to be working. I already tried it before making this part of the video. And yeah, when you're looking at the back, this is what you're going to get. You're just going to get unplug a jack connection. I must say I don't have a problem with this. So let me know in the comments what do you think of this solution. Yeah, this fits in perfectly with the 2 screws and the small plastic attachment at the top. There are some things that you need to take consideration when plugging in an AliExpress PSU. But for me, it's a great solution, and I will enjoy some old school Sega Saturn on my Japanese Sega Saturn. I already did some videos regarding the Sega Saturn in general, so check out the playlist, check out my other videos, because I have a lot of great stuff coming up also. So consider subscribing, hit that little bell, become the Wicked family, and we'll see you in the next video.